I'm upset. No disrespect, respectfully. But disrespectfully is disrespect. Don't be disrespectful. Those vile, disgusting Spartans. Poor little bro, them. And I'ma tell them why I'm mad. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus. The other state, and of course, as always, I'm upset. Good evening, good people. It is I, the Maze Madman. I'm here with my guy,
the Maniac,
my other guy,
Kinetic.
No doubt,
AKA,
man. We gotta,
AKA Thor.
No doubt. Kinetic is Thor, my guy, Maniac, Ghost Rider, and me. You know, I'm keeping it all the way Wakanda forever. Black Panther. So here's the thing, man. We got a great show lined up tonight. A Michigan target, 4-star athlete out of Virginia, Mr. Jaziel Hart is with us tonight. We're going to be talking everything regarding recruitment, his season, all of that stuff. Get your questions ready. With no further ado, Mr. Jaziel Hart, golf claps, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Hey. What's going on? Your video sideways.
Oh, my fault.
So
Here we go.
Here we go. Jaziel, man, thank you for coming on, joining us here today. You recently released a top 6. Was it top 6
yes,
schools?
Sir, top 6.
Michigan was obviously part of that, man. Tell us why Michigan was part of that top 6.
Well, first, can you hear me clear?
Yes,
you very clear.
All right. Michigan was top of that part 6 because one, they make me feel at home. They show the love. That was one of the big offers, especially coming off a national championship. So that was a lot of respect for them to come recruit me. I was actually going to sleep when they gave me my call, and then I seen a number. I'm like, I knew it was recruiting time, so I had to pick up the call, and it was Coach Lamar Morgan, and it was a special gift to be able to receive that offer that day.
Absolutely.
No, definitely. Yeah, man. So listen, man, you know me, look, we know where you at right now, man, but I want to dive a little deeper.
Okay.
Man, how was it for you growing up, man? How did you get into football, and why is it your first love, man?
Well, football is my first love because my big brother and my older cousin, Ron White, and my big brother, Jaziel Hart. Yeah, we got close names, Jaziel and Jaziel. So, back then we played a game called Smear the Queer, whereas one versus everybody else, So that's the original game we played. And my cousin told me, if you run fast, they won't hit you. So football's always been in the family, Like my brother played. Started off at like 6 years old, and I started off about 5 to 6 years old. So it's really been in my blood. It's been I came out there, my first touchdown, I told my mom I was gonna score the first time I got the ball. And this was when we was running from like the 20-yard line. Since we're so young, we can't even use the full field yet.
Right.
I scored and shit. From there on, she said she knew I was special. So that's really how it started. But yeah, being in the backyard, all my neighborhood friends would come to our backyard since we had an open field. We played tackle football, sometimes even in the roads at times. Like it was just football is football. Like we all came out together. Most of my cousins, like we run with a big diverse family. So
Right.
I come from a lot of cousins, and yeah, we just had fun as a childhood.
Dope.
Beautiful.
Yes,
I see on a lot of your stuff that you play both ways, corner and wide receiver. Is that
yes,
is that
sir,
true?
I do.
So
Yes, sir.
what do you enjoy of each of those? How do you feel being able to play both sides gives you an advantage playing that position? And are you being recruited just as a cornerback, or have there been any talks about being able to showcase all your skills?
There is some coaches, there are some places that have allowed me to that have said that I could play both sides of the ball at their universities. So that's been a gift. Like, how Travis Hunter is. I've always, dream to play both sides of the field. Like I've never been that player who was okay with coming off the field no matter what team I was on. I wanted to play both sides. Like I enjoy doing that. I don't like coming off the field because I felt like as a priority, I needed to be on the field to be a leader. And especially with the team we had, we were elite at the young age, winning consistently. So taking the first loss as a kid was a tough one, but yeah, playing both sides is a gift that's a gift into me, especially like being conditioned that much. I feel like track has helped me with that as well. And my favorite thing about playing wide receiver is, scoring the touchdowns. That's what most people love to see. A quarterback throw a deep ball and they make the play. But at DB, it's the pressure and the IQ I get to play with. I watch everything a wide receiver does, and I get to play that position as well. So I look at the small stuff like how a wide receiver comes out, how he comes out to the line. Like, is he spitting on his gloves to see if he's going to catch the ball or not? Is he excited? Has his emotion changed? Is he looking at the coach or looking inside? Has he changed up anything? All those small stuff would tell me if this guy's getting the ball or not. So that pressure, especially with being, say I lock this guy up all game and then he gets one play on me. All right, now it's I'm trash and this. So the pressure at DB is great for me. I love that part.
We
Mm.
just had a pretty great Wolverine legend who went from wide receiver to corner, and he's now tearing things up in the NFL, Mikey Samerstill.
Yes, sir.
And I've heard him talk about the same way, that how his experience at wide receiver gives him the insight to know what's coming and know what the receiver's thinking and what he's seeing, and being able to to adjust.
Yes, it really does. Like actually, like you can really run the route for him if I'm being honest, because like how far he's lined up. Like if he's lined up so far out, he only can run a couple of things. You got to break it down to if he runs a slant, if he's running a slant out there, or a dig, he's only can run a certain amount of routes. How far he's lined out, and if he's tight, that means he could be a corner or a fade, or just I'm breaking down the routes he could do first, and then I'll run his route for him.
That's amazing. Also, being a wide receiver yourself, having that experience on the offensive side of the ball, you obviously see the offensive plays that your team runs, that your coach runs, and all of that. Since you've been playing football,
Yes, sir.
route concepts even come into play too, right? Like levels and things like that. So it is definitely a great tool to have to be able to play both sides of the ball.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. That said, I saw it's not just receiver and corner for you. They use you all over the place. Running back. We saw you at running back. And not just in coverage, right? We've seen you blitz the quarterback and stuff like that. What is your favorite? Okay, so if catching a deep touchdown is your favorite on offense, what's your favorite thing to do on defense? Like, what are you celebrating the most on defense?
Oh, pick six easily. Pick
Yeah,
six.
Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
like I remember we was playing at Lang Shores and the coach screams at the kid that's in front of me. No, he brings in a new kid who was one of the probably best players. I remember his number 8. And he brings him in, and then the kid comes out to line up against me, and the coach gives me these eyes, and I look right at him, and he looks at his wide receiver and does this right here. Me knowing all my signs and everything, I did it right back at him, knowing he's running a whip route.
Right.
So and
Mm.
they tested me, and that was a pick straight to the crib.
Nice.
Yeah. I
That's
had to
I
post
like
that
that.
one. I had to.
so
That's
it
one of my first highlights.
so two-part question here.
Yes,
One,
sir.
right? Um who do you look up to in the NFL? Like who's your favorite players? And two, when you're a wide receiver, who you think you most resemble as a wide receiver, and as a cornerback, who you think you most resemble as a cornerback?
Okay. At a cornerback, I resemble mostly. I feel like Patrick Surtain or
Mm,
Jair Alexander. Them two
mm.
players. I do watch a lot of Travis Hunter as well since he's the top player in college football and plays both sides of the ball. So those 3 players on defense as a DB is who I look up to the most. You have the legends like Jalen Ramsey and you have Sauce Gardner as well, who are also great cornerbacks. But I look at Patrick Surtain and Jair Alexander, especially because one, I'm a Green Bay fan, and two, he's a great DB. So,
Mm,
and as a wide receiver, I've always looked at up to Odell Beckham. He's
mm.
always been that one hand. I was always that type of kid who I even dyed my hair that color before. I'll be honest.
Sure.
Like it is crazy. It is crazy to say, but he was my favorite player. But if I'm being honest, going into the next level and everything at or where I'm at wide receiver, I would say Jeremiah Smith is somebody I look up to. Him being a fresh
Mm.
him being a freshman and doing what he's doing is something I want to be able to do. Get my name out there at the freshman level and be one of the best.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, that team won the national championship last
Fortunately,
night
yes.
too. But
Yeah.
that's a good he is dominant. He has
Yeah.
dominated college football this year as a freshman for sure.
It's okay
Yeah.
though.
So have
It's
you?
okay though if Jaziel ends up committing to Michigan, he can come in and he can shut Jeremiah Smith down.
There
There
we
you
Absolutely.
go.
go.
One hundred
There you.
percent. 100%. I'm fine with that.
1000%.
100%.
Let's
Go.
go.
So, Jaziel, also, have you taken any visits yet to any of these schools?
Oh yes, yes. I've been to Michigan twice now. Great place. My favorite thing about it is the brick. I'll be honest, like that original stadium they have, especially with that locker room. How even Tom Brady, like great legends, Jabril Peppers, other legends who have played in that stadium, and they kept it like that. I know
Right.
they've done a new upgrade to the athletic building for sure, and they got a locker room in there, and that looks amazing. I got to see that as well on my second visit down there. But I'll be going to Indiana on the second and Penn State this weekend. So I've been to
Mm,
Penn State about 3 times. I'm pretty sure two since
mm.
they're closer. Tennessee about 2 or 3 times since they're closer. So it is hard to make out to Michigan, but Michigan's done they thing recruiting me.
Oh,
You really were impressed with the history and the tradition
Yeah.
with Michigan and Michigan Stadium. I'm curious what sticks out to you or maybe impresses you. I don't want to speak for you about our coaching staff. Lamar Morgan, I see is
So
obviously one of your direct contacts with Michigan. Like what
uh,
stands out to you in your recruitment with Coach Morgan?
Well, the main thing is the first day he told me is he likes dogs. He likes people who's been through like a lot of things, and he likes people who's an overcomer, and also he likes kids who just play all around. You have to be able to learn different positions as well, and he says that the second year that you play, you have to be able to know 2 to 3 positions. So that's one thing I feel like I can do, and my favorite thing about it is he teaches people off their own techniques. He doesn't make you learn one certain technique and everybody plays it. He progresses you off your own technique that you like to do. If that's the catch technique or playing up press or however you even play your press, he's gonna help you work off of your own technique instead of making you play this certain catch technique or this certain way of backpedaling or like the T step or bicycle kick. He says the quickest way you can get to the ball is the quickest way you can get to the ball.
mm.
Like
Yeah.
So
that.
he wants to take your skills and put you in the best place and
Yes,
build
sir.
up those skills to succeed with what you've got, rather than trying to make you fit into his puzzle.
Yeah, because everybody has a different way. Like not
Absolutely.
just because he T steps and I bicycle kick doesn't mean he gonna get to the ball faster than me. It just means one or the other, whichever one can get there quicker.
That's
Facts.
a fact. And Coach Morgan, since he's been here, I've been very impressed with. I think one of his mantras is, be better, get better, today or something, or how can you be better today?
Yep.
I'm messing up the quote myself, but it's something to that effect. We got a couple questions, couple comments
Be
in
the
the
best at
chat.
getting better.
There you go. Be the best at getting better.
Yes,
Couple
sir.
comments in the chat. My guy Dom, the Dom father, he says, does Jaziel have any special or unique training attributes? For example, JJ was into meditation.
I feel like it's the consistency for me. Like
Yeah,
I've always been a guy who it feels like I've always been somebody is out there working, like I've always been told like never to stop, never to stop, like never be satisfied. And that's one thing that I hold in myself is I'm never satisfied with whatever I do. If that's even getting good grades or on the football field or off the football field, it's always there's always a next step. Like if I make it to the NFL, okay, the next step is the Hall of Fame. Like there's always a different step to levels, and once you level up,
Right.
you're at the bottom again. Just like how
Right.
once you pass eighth grade, you're at ninth grade. Like you're the bottom of the pile. So it's always something to work for in life. That's what I feel like football does for me, and that's why I love it so much.
That's amazing, man. Another one from West Quad, who is, by the way, a former Michigan walk-on,
Okay.
played with the likes of Tom Brady and those guys. But he has this to say. He said he understands you dyeing your hair because he cut his hair like Charles Woodson,
See, come on,
which is crazy,
come
by
on.
the way. Shout out to Chuck, but
Yeah,
Chuck's haircut in the '90s was crazy. That
yeah,
hairline was
yeah,
non-existent. Shout out to Chuck.
yeah.
That said, man, my next question. Listen, you are in Virginia, all
Yes,
right? 2 up, 2 down, by the way, for those who don't know.
yes, sir.
And it's some dogs in Virginia, man. And
My
Lamar
brother,
Morgan
baby.
absolutely has planted a flag there with the
The
likes of
DMV.
absolutely. Well, he's a little further away, but definitely still the DMV is DC, Maryland, Virginia. We get it.
How close is
But
that to you?
right. He's planted a flag down there. Shamari Earls from this 25 class. There was talks with I forget my guy Del Chapo. He ended up committing to Cincinnati and then flipping to Virginia Tech. But all of those guys even are in that kind of seven cities area. You are a little further west there in
Yes,
Roanoke,
sir.
man. We don't really hear a lot about Roanoke. Tell me what's the competition like out there, and do you guys get to play those teams? On the East Coast of Virginia there.
With how my team and how I go to private school, we get to play all around. Like we travel about last
Nice,
year we did about what was it, 48 hours on the road total.
crazy, right?
So yeah, we're a traveling team. We get to go play some pretty good competition. And around this area, these teams like you got William Fleming, Salem, Williamburg, who else? Franklin County, Case Springs, schools like that. They get to play each other in this VSHL league. That's what their league is. While we're our VISAA, which is D2 football, and we travel to like 757 at times. Richmond Airs play teams like Trinity, um, who else? Atlantic Shores, the Blue Ridge area up there near UVA. So
Nice,
we get to travel a little bit. Being on the road is sometimes hard, but we're road boys. We feel like business is business. It got to be handled.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
you and Jaziel, I'm glad you just said that word. Business is business.
Yes,
Now we know the landscape of college football has changed tremendously. NIL. Now, no need to get into specifics, but I know you got a number, champ. I know I know there's a number. Like I say, you don't have to go into the specifics, but is that gonna play somewhat a factor into which school you go to? You know, how much, they gonna throw in that a bank account?
nah, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't even got to talk numbers, but in my personal opinion, I feel like you can earn those numbers about on how you play on the field. Like I feel like nothing should really be given in this. That's how players get satisfied. That's why I feel like some of the league stops trying after because the money gets so high. Okay, you do make it to that amount of money, but like, are you going to still keep going? It's
Right.
like you have like Bryce. Bryce just got paid however much, and let's see how that plays out. I hope he's great because it's Michigan. I hope
Yeah.
he turns the program around for sure. But I don't feel like money is going to play a big role into my recruitment.
Okay. No, good. I respect that, man. And you know what? It's true. I mean, at the end of the day, I come I come from the inner city, so I know how it is, poverty.
Yeah,
And us that grew up, you talking about six figures, 350. You
yep.
like, yo, you 18 years old. How old are you right now?
17 right now.
Damn, bro, you a baby, man. God bless you. I wish
Yes,
I was
sir.
17 again. But you know how it is. But I'm glad you have the right mindset, man.
Yes,
At
sir.
the end of the day, I think it's You know, whether it's Michigan, whether it's Penn State, whichever school you pick, man, just make sure, you know, that's where you're going to fit in as a player, and they're going to put you in the best position to succeed, to get you to that next level.
Yes,
And like
sir.
you said, the money will come. The
It
money will
will,
come.
for sure. I just want to be able to take care of my family, you know. I want to make sure my mom and dad is set. Like, I feel like they have made plenty of sacrifices, even ones people don't see that's behind the camera. And I'm just meaning like coming to school because the coach is there, or the traveling we do, or just like the small stuff they don't see because a lot of people don't see what happens behind doors, you know. And it's like
Fact.
they do a lot, like I mean a lot to make things happen, especially with like, you know, private school, you gotta pay to make the things happen for me to be able to play with the guys I play with.
That's a fact.
I mean, you gotta spend the money on yourself, invest in yourself to really
Yeah, for
make
sure.
to make it return in the big bucks. And one thing, you know, again, in the NIL thing, uh, I feel like Michigan, and I don't know, I'm sure there are other schools that do this, but the emphasis isn't on paying the majority of the money to get you to come play for us. It's you come play for us, you show out, you prove your worth, and you get paid to your value.
Bam.
And I feel like that goes a long ways because I know, I mean, I never played college ball. I played high school, but I would feel good knowing that I'm gonna get rewarded for the effort I put in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They're gonna take care of the guys that we have here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Instead of
sir.
just the new hot thing. You know what I'm saying?
And
How do you feel about like the team culture and like do you feel that that's the right way to go, or do you feel like you got to spend on the new like the whoever's hot at that time?
no, I feel like at Michigan, that's one of the things why they're in my top six for sure. That culture, you know, they're a doghouse culture, you know, smash mouth football, literally. Like we've all seen that with the running backs for sure they put out and the cornerbacks for sure. And I feel like also that a culture is, it plays a big role into football. Like you have to be happy. You have to be happy in where you're at, and not just football. Because yeah, football is why you go to the school, why you're being recruited. But are you going to be happy at the school when football is gone, or like when
Right.
you're not playing football? Yeah, when you're off season. Like, are you happy with the people around you? Are they benefiting you? Or it's like because you're an investment to the program for one, and for yourself. Like you have to make sure yourself is straight first too. So I feel like the
That's a
culture has to
fact.
be high priority.
That's a fact, man, and that's a good point. I don't want to. I know when the first time I talked to you to set this up, actually, you were doing something, or getting when the original date, which was yesterday, actually, I believe, you had an appointment, to get, for yourself, something physically, and I think that's amazing, right? That high school kids now are doing that work, in terms of, just trying to protect their body, which is the investment, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh, in a way, that's part of the investment. And you're doing those things already. These are like things that pro level athletes do, in the off season
Got
or
to,
whatever, right?
got to.
So I thought that was dope, and I appreciated that. A couple things. Dom says, very smart young man. What are your interests, regarding academics? Like, what are the things you want to study? What you got in mind, academically?
I kind of already thought ahead of this, like all the coaches that came this week, talked to me, previous weeks and all. I want to like Blake, Blake Corum, he really set me like a mindset of real estate, you know.
Mhm.
I feel like, and you don't even need to a degree after that, but I feel like getting a master's degree for real estate would be helpful because if I'm being honest, I'm trying to be rich no matter what. Like, yeah, I'm trying to be able to right after
Right.
football, even because anything can happen, injuries or anything. Like you're blessed to be able to play this game every single day. So I feel like being able to make money no matter what and take care of my family and mom and dad and siblings if needed. I feel like real estate can put me in that position where that I can make money no matter what, big time.
Yeah, the money's gonna
Yeah.
come
Absolutely.
either way, and if you setting yourself up long term versus short term, that's smart, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And at Michigan, they got a lot of connections. I heard and seen.
That's for
You
sure.
know? Yeah, so
No, no,
Blake put me on to real estate, if I'm being honest. Opened my eyes.
no,
And
definitely.
going into business is one thing because my dad owns his own business as well, a
Mhm.
landscape business, so that my big brother also works for. So it's in the family.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
yes,
Good,
sir.
man.
Wasn't Blake Corum's dad a landscaper too? I'm not mistaken. Something similar to that.
Couldn't
His
even tell you.
father, Blake. Yeah,
Blake
I know.
Blake also from Virginia, by the way.
Yup, he
Yeah,
is.
Yeah. Shout out
Do
to
yeah.
you
that.
have you ever had any interactions with Blake or been around like that like his people? Like, is there any connection there?
No, if I'm being honest. The closest person I've been to, I almost got to, but he was actually just flying out when I was at USC, when I was at the USC game, when Michigan played USC. At that
Mhm.
game, he was just flying out. Who was the quarterback? I forgot. Hold on.
For
Last
who?
Michigan's last year quarterback.
Oh,
Davis Wong.
J.J.
JJ.
McCarthy.
Yeah,
Oh,
JJ McCarthy. Yeah, the closest person I got to was his dad actually. You know,
Nice.
I got a close connection to his dad when I was up there, and he told me about JJ and Blake getting together, coming back to Michigan, and they were just now. They'll be back soon, but I missed them sadly. So yeah.
Mhm.
No doubt,
Yeah.
man.
And
Um,
Jai, so this is a question I like that, ask any of the recruits that come up here, right? We
Yes,
know the
sir.
saying, right? You are what you eat.
Yes,
But we
sir.
know, man, sometimes we like to cheat, man. What is your diet like, man? Being that, you are an athlete, high caliber athlete at
Yep.
that. Oops.
I would say like you can ask anybody around me. I'm a protein shake type of guy. If I'm being honest.
Oh,
So it's about what is that 1,300 calories in the morning, and then 1,300 calories at night. So that a protein shake like that, and then protein shakes all day, and then other than that just eat, and that handles itself. I'm trying to be playing at 180 next year. I'm at 170, going up about 10 to pounds each year. So senior year, hopefully playing at 180, 185, fast, strong, physical,
nice.
just
nice.
overpowering.
So no Chick-fil-A, no Burger King.
I'm
Some
really like, if I'm being honest, I do cheat since if I can eat anything because I gotta put on weight no matter what. Like
Mhm.
anything that's around, they really want me to eat, but keeping
All
them
right.
protein shakes around me, and I don't drink soda, so
Oh,
that
yeah,
really
yeah,
play
yeah.
into it. I don't like soda. I'm a really water, Gatorade type of guy, and a cheat drink I do is sweet tea.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep, that's my cheat drink, sweet tea. Maybe lemonade on a good day.
Absolutely. This Hunter Walker person says, "Yo, I know this kid." I don't know who that is, but shout out to Hunter Walker. Jason D'Angelo, who is actually a fan of that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, uh, he did wishing you well, wishing you
Thank you,
uh,
man. Thank you.
on
I'll call him a DMV
Love.
legend.
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely, and called you a DMV legend. So shout out
Appreciate
to
it, man.
Jason
Appreciate
D'Angelo for that.
Is there?
Listen, oh, go
I'm sorry.
ahead, Kinetic, it is
No, I
your
was gonna
turn.
say. So, just out of curiosity, like, is there a player currently in college or in the pros that you like kind of model your game after, that you see your like the same similar skill sets that you watch like how they do things? I know you mentioned Jair Alexander earlier, but is there anybody like just out of curiosity? We put out a bunch of great DBs at Michigan as well. Who do you see in like, oh, I can see a little bit of myself in his skill set, how he plays?
Will Johnson.
Mm,
There
There
we
we go.
go.
Will
That's
Johnson.
the guy.
Sure. Even though, like, I remember I did a article stating that Will Johnson is someone who I look up to. People hated on it, like Michigan fans saying that he went out, he let his team up. In my opinion, his
That's
team, he felt
crazy.
like the team was in the position where they could do it without him. They could do it without him, and he knew that they was capable of doing that. Like you see what happened, and he had to do what was best for him for his future. Because in my opinion, at the high school level, yes, you can put your body and everything on the line, but it gets to a point where those grown men, like
Hmm.
you can get hurt anytime, you can get anything can happen, any play playing with those type of guys. Like it's big time football when you get to 100,000 fans. You know, that's
That's
just
a fact.
the way it goes. You gotta do what's best for you, and if you're not confident out there, then why be out there? When a teammate right behind you can do at 100%.
No
And,
doubt.
and those fringe fans, they do not speak for the majority of the fan base. It's all love for Will
Oh,
Johnson over here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
yes,
Will
sir.
is
yeah.
a legend at
Michigan,
Michigan.
Michigan doesn't get that natty without him last season. So
Come on.
Not even close, right?
Yeah, I do model Will Johnson a lot. He's someone who I've looked up to, and a reason why Michigan has been on my top list. You know, he's the top DB. It's only one way to get there, and that's you got him and you got a coach. So I feel like Coach Lamar has put him in a great position for sure this year, and yeah, hopefully the NFL has a lot of things to hold for him.
Yeah.
No doubt.
He's a first round pick,
Yeah,
so
for
he's
sure. That's
going
what
in
I'm
the first
saying.
round.
Trying to
Early
tell
first, right.
he's a great player. Great.
Yeah.
Hey, we got this Notre Dame fan who's been throwing his comments in here trying to get you to go to Notre Dame. But anyway, he wants to know if you watch Benjamin Morrison as well.
Oh, I actually don't. If I'm being honest, I actually
Yeah.
don't.
All
Hey,
right.
hey,
Hey, all respect to
nobody even
Benjamin
knows that
Morrison,
man.
but why
Nobody
why
even
why
knows Benjamin Morrison.
why go out of your way to watch Benjamin Morrison film when you can just watch Will Johnson film?
Come on,
Exactly. It's
let's
an
be
upgrade
honest.
anyway.
Come
There
on, let's
we
be
go.
Yeah.
honest.
No doubt.
Hey, Will
No, I
Johnson's
mean,
dog, man.
but
He is.
Yeah.
how's the experience been so far, man? That you're able to travel to these other universities, see different cities, different states, meet different people, these prestige universities,
Yes,
prestige
sir.
stadiums, man. How does that feel? That experience?
Well, if I'm being honest, it's felt great knowing that like I've taken care of a lot of things, like college being paid for, you know.
Mm,
In my opinion, like for my parents to pay for college, that's a big job, you know. That's a lot of money going to a kid, a big investment for them to be successful in their life. And I feel like I put in the work, and they have too for me to get to where I'm at. So, but being on these journeys, going on these trips, getting to do things that not a lot of people get to do, you know, it's a small percentage that make it to college, especially, and the pros after that. 1% make it to the pros. I know less than that,
Yep.
but generally blessed. You know, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving
yes.
me these opportunities to be able to travel the world. You know, and yeah, succeed. Just all my goals. You know, that I put on the wall, being able to make 20 offers. You know, a lot of people knew that that was one of my goals, to have 20 offers. Literally, like say I had 20 offers, and
Right.
yeah, just genuinely blessed that, and Michigan's one of them. Like, you know, coming off national championship last year, they showed a lot, like, to me.
Yeah. No doubt, man. Just for people who haven't got to see it, we're gonna share some of your huddle film with the audience here while we wrap it up. Let's
Oh,
get some
this
rapid fire.
sophomore year.
Yeah. Get to by the way, this film is amazing. You're only a sophomore in this film, and taking away a half of the field is crazy. But let's get some rapid fire questions, guys. A little lighter too. Who's on your playlist right now? What 5 people on Jaziel Hart's playlist right now?
You got to go Rod Wave easily, Drake.
Mm.
I'm Babyface E. Um, let's see, Future. Mm, who else? Who else? I'd say it's kind of hard to think on this one. Mm, I couldn't even name a fifth one if I'm being honest. Really keep it mellow. You know, during
There we
school.
go.
Yeah, I'd say I give it a little double O. He turn me up. He do. Like
There
I
we
like
go.
music. Oh, Chief Keef for sure. You know, I like, especially being a football player, I have to be aggressive a lot. I like to be able to make highlight mixtapes in my own head when I'm not on the field. You know, and like, I'm being honest. Like
There
I manifest what I do on the field. If I'm being honest, I do manifest it. Like I make
you
highlight reels.
go.
I'm gonna
No,
do before
absolutely.
out there and all.
That's what's up,
No,
man.
no.
Our guy Taves
And,
the King, who's
and,
from Canada, says Drake easy.
Come
Shout out
on,
to Taves.
gotta be.
yeah, Josh. So what's the drip like, man? You know me. I like to dress nice. I like to get fly,
Yes, sir.
man. What's on the feet right now?
On the feet right now, you know, I got on some Jordan 4s. You know, Jordan 4s.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
little
Okay.
light
I
blue
see
Jordan
you.
4s. Actually, these were
So
gifted from the Mac Brown. You know, I
Uh,
did work.
so
ah,
so so you like the Jordan brand, right? That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
You like the Jordan
I
brand?
do, and
yeah.
I like a little design. I got some Balenciagas back there. You know, I like
Hey.
to, yeah, just a little pair back there.
I
I
mean,
got pairs of off whites as
Right.
Jordans. You know.
So I'm sure you've taken notice of all the amazing maize and blue Jordan brand stuff that you
Yes,
see on up in Ann Arbor, right?
yes, Jordan is a big thing to me. Like I do like Jordan. To be honest.
I've seen
Okay.
you in the film. You rocking some Jordan cleats out there a couple times. I like it, man.
Yes,
Some
sir.
Michigan Jordan cleats.
I
That's
So,
do.
dope.
Ja, and
I
those
was gifted a pair of Michigan cleats.
when you go to these visits, after the visit, do you take some of the? Do they give you some of the merchandise, or you can't take nothing?
Oh, actually, now with the NCAA rules, you cannot. I actually only got to get those cleats because I did not bring cleats to that camp because I didn't know we were camping that day. But yeah, they gifted me those to be able to wear, and I was able to take them home afterwards.
So
All
the
right.
NCAA doesn't let the university get a kid some cleats or gloves. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, they can't no more because you know how like people were going on unofficial visits, taking pictures and everything,
Right,
using up the gear, taking the gears, like without even having the offer or the right to do it, you know. So
Does
right.
that change if they
I
offer
did
you,
it.
or if there's
Yes, you
does
only
that
can do
change
it
it?
now on official visits. It's
Okay,
Gotcha.
where
so
they like
official visits you can.
yes, you can.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what.
Oh, okay. So official visits, you could take merch. Unofficials, you can't.
Yes, and unofficially,
Gotcha.
actually, you can't even get in the gear no more.
So
Ow.
Yep.
Okay.
what about what was the one of the biggest or if there's more than one you can say it, but just kind of the biggest thing that surprised you with the recruiting process that you weren't expecting, good or bad?
For one, I wasn't expecting, all the coaches changes, if I'm being honest, like being or the connection with them or the a coach will just give you an offer. Some I've seen it like where they gifted big groups, I wasn't expected by that or um just the good things are like the love you get, the things you get to do. The people you get to meet. I wasn't expecting to meet go to Tennessee, meet Alvin Kamara, personally, be in the locker room
Mm,
with them after the Alabama win. Um,
mm,
yeah, get like the people you get to meet, that's a blessing. And the bad thing I would say is the part where sometimes you feel like you can settle down, but you can't. Or the
Right.
part where you do one thing wrong on that field because all eyes are on you, now they on you. Like
Yeah.
you overrated this and that. They talking to you, all of that. They watching you every single move you make. But the good thing I feel like is I make sure I'm in every person's film room, every coach's film room
mm.
when they watch us. That's my
No
goal, no
doubt.
matter what.
What's
What about the I'm sorry.
do you have like some relationships with some like other recruits? For instance, I saw my guy West Quad bring this up a little earlier. Savion Hitter is another guy out there in Virginia that Michigan is heavily recruiting. Have you spoken to him ever? Do you guys have a relationship? What's that like?
We actually don't have a relationship. I don't have a relationship with him, but I've heard of him for sure. I've heard that he's
Hmm.
actually great. I've actually watched him play actually against William Fleming down here in Roanoke. He
Nice.
played against William Fleming in the semifinals, pretty sure, and they came up short. But William Fleming took that one. But yeah, Darius Gray is also Michigan.
Right.
I played against him. We built a connection since about freshman year when I seen that he was picking up big offers, and um, yeah, that was impressive. I'm being honest. And
Yeah.
then other ones like Brady Jennings at
Hmm.
Michigan. Yes, I'm build a connection with him. He wants me to be there, be on the opposite side of him.
That's dope,
So
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know
So
plenty of recruits, but those are the ones really from that's recruiting by Michigan.
so along those lines, if that let's say there's is there somebody that may not be on the Michigan fan base or Michigan's radar that you would like to say, hey, check this guy out? Who would you say,
LaRon Deuce.
Ron Deuce? Okay, I'm gonna look him up right now.
For sure,
Absolutely.
LaRon Deuce, and well, my 2027, I got two, Jace Rhodes and Josiah Hines for sure. Josiah Hines, he's my 2027 other corner. This kid can ball. He actually doesn't have no film right now. We're getting that out, but
Right.
once we do that, I feel like a lot of coaches gonna be on him. He led our team
Nice.
picks.
LaRon Deuce, that's Dues. Is that how you spell it?
Yes, yes,
Okay, I got him right now. What was the
yes.
other guy?
And then you have Jace Rhodes. He's also has film too.
Nice. You said he led your team in picks.
Josiah Hans did, yes.
Okay,
He's
all right.
27.
Nice. Another thing from Dom, he says, did you get to see Michigan's new locker room?
Oh, yes, I did.
And if you did, how does it compare to other schools?
Well, one, they have a lot in there. I'll be honest. They have some pretty unique things, you know. They're all the blue. They have a lot of lightning. They have a lot of lighting in there. A lot of logos, you know. They have special, like basically a bed in the locker.
That's
Like,
crazy.
So you can
it's
just
high, it's
lay
high
it,
tech.
just relax if you need to, just a
Yeah,
space.
yeah. Just like you really have basically your own. Yeah, that's way better than our lockers, you know. So it's impressive.
Now,
It's impressive when
without asking specifics of other schools, like how common is it to see locker rooms that nice on your visits that you've had?
It's actually really common now. Like they're
Yeah.
putting $300 million into the just
Yeah.
athletic football part. So I have like Tennessee, you
Right.
know, they have a person car wash. Like
A
they're
what?
through the thing. Like
Wait,
it goes
what?
through, you walk
A
through it.
human? Oh
A,
my God.
a human car wash in their locker room.
Wow.
So like you walk through it and they'll put the water on you and then it'll go to this cold bath and you walk into the heat part and then they'll have like they're doing a lot over there. I
I
Damn,
think
think
that's like
I saw something similar that Michigan had off the practice field to get the pellets off of you
yup.
and stuff like that off the practice
There's a
field.
lot of stuff that game to
Yeah,
like just help I guess players become machines and bigger, better, healthier.
Man,
there you go.
no, and now with the investing so much into these players, they want to make sure that they good, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That's important.
For sure.
No
You
doubt.
got to. Especially with the
Yeah,
health and all the like contact you're taking now. And guys are getting bigger, faster, stronger than it was in the last generation at least.
That's a
Like you
fact.
got linemen running with some skills run.
Yeah,
Or like a
yeah,
5
yeah,
for a lineman is pretty good when they 400 pounds or 350.
no
yeah.
doubt, man. I'm gonna get you out of here on this because we've already kept you longer than I told you we would. Um, a guy, another Virginia legend, by the way.
Yes, sir.
Michael Vick just took over the program
Norfolk.
at Norfolk State, right? My alma mater, by the way. Shout out to the Spartans.
Yes, sir.
Um, have you gotten an offer from Norfolk State? And I'm not laughing because it's Norfolk State, but have you got an offer from those guys?
No, sir, I actually haven't. I've been keeping up on it though. I've seen some of the recruits that Michael Vick has got committed, and
Right, I
also
saw you got a
Deshaun
4-star.
Jackson down where, and I've seen they also got to they'll be playing on like November something
That's
for a couple of
crazy.
them. So
Yeah.
Deshaun Jackson and Michael Vick will be playing soon, but nah, I've seen Michael Vick personally. Haven't got to like fully meet him
Hmm.
like greet each other. But I've
Right.
seen him in person at the Virginia Tech game before. And he's ran plenty of camps in the Roanoke area. You know, he's always giving back. Great person,
Right.
great football player for one. And Coach Pry also knows that he's a legend. So, and I
No
got to talk to
doubt,
him.
man. Um, check. Look at Dom recruiting here. But anyway, man, listen. Tell the people where they can find you. If your social medias and all that, and we appreciate you coming through, man.
Yes, sir. Instagram, Rare1Zil. And that's where you can find me at. Please follow.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Be
Yes,
sure to
sir.
do that. Yo,
appreciate your
I
time, man.
appreciate you,
I
man.
appreciate y'all for having me,
Yo,
man.
I'll keep
job,
up
man.
with you.
Listen,
Thank y'all.
listen. God bless. Listen, man.
Yes, sir.
It'll be no hard feelings, man. But if the day you make your commitment, man, if you want to come on the show, man, we'll be
Okay.
with. That'll be good.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
and whether it's with Michigan or not, if you enjoy this, if you want to use the platform, reach out to Madman, myself, Maniac. We're happy to have you back anytime, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all a lot for that. 100% will be back on.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
you, brother.
Thank you.
All right.
Jaziel Hart, 4-star athlete out of Roanoke, Virginia, another stellar would-be prospect for the Wolverines. What'd you guys think?
Wow, man. I mean, again, it's crazy, man, because for a 17-year-old, he definitely has his head straight, man. And I know a lot of that has to do with his parents. I'm pretty sure he has very good parents and they on top of him. As you can see, he's in private school, like you said, man. That's not easy. And he's saying all the right things, man. Again, see, the thing with me, man, do I want him to come to Michigan? Absolutely. But if he doesn't, I'm going to be a fan of his just because of his demeanor and who he is, man. At the end of the day, you got to respect the grind. And, he's 17, man. Kids got to make the decision they like. We grown ass men. Why you in why you getting sensitive over what a teenager is doing? I never really understood that, man. It really boggled my mind. But overall, man, you can see the kid is raw. He's only going to get better. He's only going to get stronger. He's only going to get faster, man. If Lamar Morgan can make it happen, you see why he's doing in the secondary. He did get what's my man from DC?
Kanoa Winston.
Winston. And
Yeah.
bro, he likes that area. And I agree because and I say it respectfully, it's a gritty area, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like these areas, they breed toughness, so that's what he said. Lamar Morgan wants dogs. And that's what you want in Michigan in your secondary. You want dudes that's going to come there and blinkety placata, hold that.
Wait, what was that? Can you repeat that, Maniac?
Yeah.
Blinkety placata, hold that.
Hey, yo, the New Yorkers and the sound effects are hilarious, bro. Nah, for sure. Shout out to who is this? Thambone. Shout
30.
out to Thambone 30 for the $5 super chat. What top 100 DTs are Michigan looking at, or are Michigan looking at Michigan? Are Michigan looking at? I think that was just a typo. Also excited about Captain America, Brave New World. Yeah, I'm excited about that. By the way, we got our own Captain America, Johnny Odin Jr.
Johnny.
Be sure to check him out. And as far as D tackles in the 20, I know we're still talking to Mathis, but I think he's more of an edge. As far as D tackles, though, in the 2025 class, Elijah Golden is a name. Another one is Votney Cleveland. That's in 26, though. I think more of them are going to start being the 2026 class. Guys like Jamion Winfield and those type of guys. But be sure to keep it locked to the channel because I will be dropping a recruiting video very soon with some more updates for you guys. Gentlemen, we are one day removed from possibly the worst possible night we could have had in 2025.
Absolutely.
All due respect to everybody's personal things.
Yes.
Had a day to cool down, a day to take it all in. How y'all feel?
Yeah,
you know how I feel. I mean, they won the championship, but like I said last night, not all championships are created equal. I don't think you can put a national championship where in a season where you had 2 losses for the first time in 154 years of history, where you finished 4th in your conference, didn't even go to the conference game, let alone win it, didn't beat your rivals. I don't think you can put that on the same level, on the same pedestal. It's a different tier than the teams that go undefeated, beat their rivals, win their conference championship. It's a natty, but it's not the same as other natties.
Yeah, I mean, very, like we said backstage before we went live, man. And I knew it. It was 10 years before they won the Natty, and they were unbearable. So imagine now that they won the Natty is just 10 times worse. Now these guys, they a dynasty. Now Ryan Day's the greatest coach. He's better than he did it quicker than Nick Saban. Now the narratives are out of control. Guys, take this into account. This was Ryan Day's super team, right? Mm-hmm. That's Ryan Day's super team. This was a senior-led team. A lot of guys are leaving. right? The same thing they blame Michigan for. Oh, you got all these 4 or 5 guys coming back. Of course, y'all beating 18-year-olds. So, well, y'all did the same thing. Well, we can't use that now because it's Ohio State, so they hypocrites. It's a very hypocrite fan base. It's a cult. There's maybe like 8 fans, like I've been saying from the beginning. There's realists, the rest are not. They excuse makers, and when they win, it's just because they so good. When they lose, is my coach, and he ate a chopped cheese before the
We beat
game, and
ourselves.
it's just always an excuse. So all we can do, or like I said, all I can do is like, listen, you got your natty, but my team so far has been the better program, just not this year. So you know what? It's back to the drawing board. And on your best team that you want to claim that's so great, you still couldn't beat a bad Michigan team. So yes, you get the natty. Don't get me wrong. We said it many times. That always would trump a regular season win. That's not even up for debate. But what is up for debate is you cannot put them as a great team based on how they lost. If it was a good Michigan team, then it's okay. It was bad. And Michigan went undefeated. You can't trump that. And then, of course, they try to play us last year by saying what? It was because of Connor Stallions. Man, get out of here.
Well, and that's the thing. When you talk about them being hypocrites, like last night, the guys that came on, and all respect to them, I like those guys. But they come on here wanting so badly for us to give credit and to validate their win, and part of that, like, first of all, if you know it's a legit win, if you know it's a legit natty, and that you guys are so great, you don't care if other people validate or give you credit for it because you know you did it. So the fact that they're coming on here and they so badly want that validation tells you that regardless of what they say on the outside, inside they know it's not on the same level. They want people that external validation of it. And in my opinion, I'm not going to give it to them because for the last 10 months from our win last January until we beat them in November, all they did, they took the majority of the fan base took every opportunity to discredit our championship, to find ways to try to invalidate it. Connor Stallions, the Hammer, all that stuff, all that talk all year long. And now they want to come and get that credit and validation from us. You can take it on somewhere else, man.
Absolutely. Shout out to Border Collie 07. Thanks, guys. Love your platform. One of my favorite channels, if not the best. Keep them coming. Go Blue. Go Blue, man. We appreciate it.
Shout to you, champ. Go Blue, baby.
Towns Health Services again.
Shout to Towns, man.
We appreciate it.
He stay blessing, man. Shout to you, man. Towns Health Services. Man, listen, Towns Health Services, we're going to be at the spring game, man. If you can make it, man, it'll be nice. And, for anybody in the chat, man, as it get closer, we'll put details, but we'll be at the spring game. We're definitely going to go live. I don't know if in the stadium because the reception is bad, but probably at a bar afterwards. So, again, anyone who can make it, we get it. You can make it. But we're going to try to make this a traditional thing, whether it's the spring game, but we do want to do a meet and greet with a lot of people on the channel. And we also want to give out awards, man, to, the loyal followers here, that every single show they hear. And, we want to show our love to you guys, because without you guys, there's no us.
Absolutely. We're going to have, we actually will be having some things to give out to fans at the spring game. So if you listen, if you in the chats, you see us out there, we got something for you for sure. I'm trying to make sure we have enough for everybody that wants one for sure, but we got something planned and it's a giveaway. It's not going to cost you nothing. If we see you out there, just let us know, give us a Go Blue or I'm upset, and you get a free gift from us, man. So I just to show some appreciation to y'all. Shout out to y'all.
You get Garrison's do-rag.
Absolutely. What we doing is we allow it. We got a Sharp. We're gonna keep a Sharpie. We're gonna allow you to sign any part of Kinetic you want to sign.
Oh man. Man.
Yeah, what y'all feel about Flint, Michigan? Jesus Christ.
I mean, I I don't live that far from Flint, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because I don't want to get any bad blood or any bad hurt feelings this way. I
Right.
live like less than an hour away from Flint, like 30 minutes maybe. I don't know, something like that. So yeah.
I think it's criminal that the local government there, the national government at this point hasn't stepped in to get those people some clean drinking
They
water.
still going through what they going through with the water situation.
That's still a thing, man.
Wow,
Still a thing.
There's been some things that they've done, but it hasn't fixed it.
that's disgusting, man. But anyway, I was at the barber shop, bro.
No doubt.
Elemental P, what up, champ?
Shout out to my guy G, who's back in the DMV. We definitely gonna link G.
Let me. All right, so
Kyoki, it's been a minute. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Kyoki,
Go
what's
Blue.
going on, Kyoki? Go Blue, baby. So Nate Marshall, man, as per Rivals, he has been bumped to a cinco estrella. That's a
Not
5
just
star.
that, but he's like 26. He's top 30 for sure.
Yeah, he's a top 30 recruit now. So now, right, along with there's a picture that Marmar has sent me. Shout to my man Marmar. He gave us the D line, the 10 players on the D line was excluded. Nate Marshall and Dominic Nichols. Dominic Nichols in his short play against Alabama did have a forced fumble. They did recover that one, but I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, it's not because I'm a Michigan fan. That D line is going to be scary good. Now, buy it. There's not going to be no Mason Grahams, no Kenneth Grants. Them guys are just like, you just don't replace those. But we're going to be so good by committee, man, and these guys are going to be so fresh through the game that you will see, man, how dominant they're going to be. And the secondary, and these guys are, they torpedoes out there, man. These guys are, they trying to take your head off, man. So if my man Winky the Pinky come back, stop playing, Wink.
Which, by the way, that looks like it's done. It looks like all those the places that were potential hires for him or potential jobs for him have hired DCs. So shout out to the NFL.
Yeah, at least one more. I think Jerome Moore has to understand, and that's what we need. We just need one more year from Wink, man, and I think we'll be all right. It's just the offense, guys. So, Kinetic, one thing I love about Kinetic, he's super positive. Michigan could get 4 wide receivers that are 4'8", and he'd be like, yo, but you got to understand, at 4'8", they could run under your legs and, score touchdowns that way. So I'll say this. You're right. You show the list, and what do y'all F with Rio the Young OG?
I have no clue who that is.
Yeah. Hunter Wall. I don't know. Yeah, but look, with the wide receiver room,
I'll check him out tonight.
We know right now is no clear cut number one, but I think we got a couple of dogs there, right? And add some Dayton family to your playlist. And
Dayton family from are they from Flint? They might be from Flint.
What's up with Mike? Mike, what's going on? Mike is the man. He always tuning in, showing
when
love.
we come to the spring game, we got to get with you, obviously. But yeah, man, let us know.
But how do you guys feel about that D line, man, and the depth we have?
I feel good about it.
I feel real good about it.
I mean, Rayshon Benny coming back, Derek Moore coming back, TJ Guy coming back. We got the guys that we added in the transfer portal. We got young guys coming up. Trey Pierce. We got like I mentioned it before. I know it's all potential, but Cameron Pay, I like him. Cam Brandt. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys that are gonna show out.
Eno Etta. Yeah, and these guys, look, man, they ready, man. One thing Michigan has done very well, again, is developing, right? That's something we've been speaking about. Let me see. We on target to make the spring game, whether by wheels or flight, still debatable, but plan on being there to support Mike in the spring. Yeah, Kyoki, we gonna link up. If you there, we definitely gonna link up. We're gonna have the gift for you.
And I don't want to speak for anybody, but if Kyoki's coming out, man, hey, maybe Micah can slide through.
Absolutely. That'll be dope, man.
Yeah.
We do need to secure a venue. So if anybody has any connections to any of the bars or anything out there, let us know.
You know,
And
an
we
owner, a
definitely
manager of a bar or a spot there in Ann Arbor that we could do our post game get together, maybe a remote show with all the Avengers, with Johnny Olden, with TJ, with John. Like, you know, hit us up on our inboxes on Instagram, on X. Let us know. Give us the connections you got. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, let us know, man. In Mike, I don't know if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram or any of that, but if you do, DM me, and I'll get with you, man, to kind of hammer out some details. That'll be dope.
Yeah. We definitely want to get that figure out, man. At least a month ahead,
Ronald,
so
we'll
I
see
was
we
you
don't
just
have
there,
to
sir.
wait.
I was just thinking of something, guys. You know that thing I've been talking to you
Ronald
about
Embry, that's my
doing that
guy.
doing that raffle for that autographed helmet I got. I could do
Right.
that at wherever we go to after the spring game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We
Yeah,
can actually build it up, and then the winner will give you your helmet once you get there, but it'll obviously we'll hammer out the details on that
Yeah,
too.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, for sure.
definitely, man.
Ronald,
But
we plan to see you there. Gavin says he'll be there. We plan to see you there, man. It's gonna be a great time.
yeah, we. Yeah.
No, go ahead if you got something.
No. Just I was gonna say, man. I hope whoever can make it, man. Because we gonna cook, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be one of the most anticipated spring games in Michigan history, and we all know why. Mr. Underwood. Yeah, I'm just telling you, man. Everybody's gonna want to see him. That's gonna be his first time on the big stage in front of a big crowd, man. So we'll be there, and everybody else, man. I want to see that old line. I want to see Mikey King, man, too. I want to see him,
Right.
throw the ball good, look good, do his thing, man. I need that because now seeing Will the Mid Howard win the national championship, that gives me confidence, man, that if you get a veteran on your team and you put the right system in place for him and don't put him in bad positions and have a two-headed monster, which Michigan has, and a good old line, good things can happen. So yeah, man. I'm very excited for next season for Michigan football, man. I definitely think good things are gonna happen for this team.
Absolutely. Mikey says get a private room at Monty's Pub on Packard. Sounds like a good
Yeah.
time
All
to
right.
me.
Get us the information,
No,
man,
that'd be
and inbox
perfect because
it to one of us, and we'll reach out to him.
we might need that room so that anybody that come, like, if Kyoki makes it like he says, man, we could have him come over. If he could bring his son, even better as well, But if not, it's cool. Kyoki, his family, we there, man. We just there.
Kyoki's a star himself.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man. Definitely he is. Those are the facts.
Ladies,
So
if you want Kyoki, no, I'm joking.
You
No,
about to
Kyoki,
get him in trouble, man.
no, I'm sorry. Kyoki's a married man, happily married man.
yes,
Stay away from Kyoki.
yeah.
Shout out shout out to Jesus Christ, I'm about to get killed. Shout out to Mama Quintana. All jokes. These are all jokes, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen.
yes. Definitely.
Anyway, man, listen, guys. Great interview. Appreciate both of you gentlemen. Jaziel Hart
Go
hopefully
follow him.
does end up at Michigan. Be sure to follow him, Rare ZL. I think it's Rare ZL1 on Instagram. Be sure to go check him out there. Until next time, you know the
Zeal Hard on
slogan.
X as well.
By the way, before we get out of here, I gotta get my guys. Kinetic, tell the people where they can find you.
Kinetic 615, every platform here on the Maze Madman channel, Mondays, post game, and whenever we got a special guest like today.
My guy, the
You
Maniac.
you already know it's your boy, the Maniac. Follow me, GoBlue_Maniac_24 on Instagram, man. Go do that, man. Go do that.
Yes, sir. Follow me everywhere at Maze Madman. Until next time, you know the slow.